You mentioned that you will not sell your Bitcoin.
I think $1 million I will stay. No matter what's the price, I won't sell at all. Some of my friends bought Bitcoin at 10 cents at that time, and I have never made this much of the money in my whole life. Once the banks adopt those technology, ISIS will succeed. My impression about Charles is he is like a cowboy,
AI also might affect the cryptocurrency market in a very negative way.
So I think AI is not as powerful as we think right now.
Are you optimistic about the regulations after Donald Trump takes over the White House?
One of the philosophies I think President Trump doing is better than the last administration. His new policies will drive lots of business back to United States.
Does it taste like the $6.2 million? شاب دفع 6.2 مليون دولار مقابل موزة وأكلها بعد ذلك بأيام. قبلها بنحو 4 سنوات دفع 4.7 مليون دولار مقابل عشاء مع المستثمر الأمريكي وارن بافيت. في مزاد دفع 28 مليون دولار مقابل أول تذكرة سياحة فضائية مع شركة بلو أوريجين. كان من أوائل المستثمرين في البيتكوين والإيثيريوم حين كان سعرهما لا يتجاوز السنتات. اليوم هو من أحد أكثر الأشخاص تأثيراً في عالم العملات المشفرة ويسمي نفسه The God of Bananas. في النهاية خصنا بمقابلة خاصة لCNN الاقتصادية واليوم نستقبل جاستن رئيس شركة ترون المالكة لعملات TRX. Mr. Jastenson, thank you so much for your time and it's a pleasure to meet you today. First of all, I will ask you, this is a banana for 2 dirhams.
Yes.
Once it gets into your hands, it will be worth $6.2 million.
Yes.
I'll ask you just to take a bite, please.
Okay. Yeah,
does it taste like the $6.2 million?
Yes,
thank you so much. We can leave it now. Mr. Jastenson, I think it's the everyone now wants to know what's behind the process of buying a banana for $6.2 million.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they are saying that it's a marketing act.
Yes. First of all, I have been into this arts gallery collection industry for quite a long time. So before that, I was a collector of Picasso, Andy Warhol, and Giacometti. So actually, banana is just one of the art pieces I feel quite interested. I also collect lots of NFT arts, people and those artists as well. So I think this is basically like one of the collections because that's also the first time I look into conceptual art. Of course, Banana today is the comedian. It's the most famous conceptual art in the world. But actually, I was surprised to see like everybody feels so excited about it, and Banana has a track like
because it was about the value. You gave it a value now.
Yes, many of the attraction. So I feel kind of the surprise. But before that, my process is very simple, right? So I just see the banana. I think it's a good art. But of course, I always also give a budget for it. Actually, my thinking of the budget is up to $5 million. If above, way beyond that, I probably won't buy it. So that's why I think at that day, this is kind of like a coincidence, right? Eventually, I win the bid.
You were planning to stop paying more than 5.2?
Yes,
so let's say if someone had paid like 5.5, you will never go then?
5.5 probably I will go. But for example, let's say like $8 million, right? Even I will say like,
let's buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's kind of like crazy, right? Let's go with Bitcoin, exactly.
Mr. Son, you were mentioning that TRX, which is your cryptocurrency, is the new XRP.
Yes.
Are you relying here on the blockchain project of the TRX, because it's unique, as we know, or on the community, or is there any like new announcements or partnerships in the future that you are relying on for this increase?
Yes, sure. So first of all, actually, lots of people don't know the background. So I get into cryptocurrency because of XRP. I joined XRP at that time. The company is called OpenCoin. Later turned to Ripple Labs around 2013. I worked for the company until 2015. So when we first, create TRX, we actually doing a lot of similar things with XRP. You can see the circulation supply is kind of same. It's all 100 billion circulation supply. And also the name, share two similar character, R and X, right? So that's why I think there's lots of similarity between the TRX community and the XRP community. And also when we first founded TRX, we want to do the similar things with SRP, because when I joined XRP is dedicated to create a new SWIFT, decentralized SWIFT. It will become the settlement layer for all the banks, like all the financial institutions and every developers in the world, right? People can have stable coin settle in the network, and I'm glad, after we founded Tron network for the past 8 years, we kind of like doing this job and doing it very good. Today, we are settling around $30 billion like every day. And like everybody is excited about this new settlement layer we have been building for quite a long time.
Mr. Sun, you mentioned the AI, and it's so important now to talk about it. So are you concerned about that AI also might affect the cryptocurrency market in a very negative way?
So right now I'm positive about AI because I think AI is invented by human, right? So we can put lots of rules on top of the AI itself to make sure AI won't break any rules. But also I think AI is not as powerful as we think right now.
Mr. Sun, regulations are one of the most important things for the crypto industry.
Yes.
Because we've seen like a very tough years on the crypto companies. Are you optimistic about the regulations after Donald Trump takes over the White House?
Yes. I think it still takes some time, to change the regulation completely. But I definitely believe President Trump's got elected again in the election, like really helps crypto to grow to a new stage. Because before that, I think U.S. is not only a country, it represents like one of the strongest country there. Regulatory attitude towards cryptocurrency, right? So that's why I think if U.S. don't have a clear regulatory process, most of the country in the world will be like very kind of conservative in terms of crypto. But I believe like after President Trump got elected, and himself, right, also doing a crypto project, World Liberty Financial, which aiming to bridge the traditional finance with the DeFi, with the blockchain industry, which I think really helps the industry itself grow to a new stage.
You mentioned the word Liberty Financial, and I have to ask you about it. First of all, I think a lot of people now in the crypto industry, they are jealous because of what you did in 1 year.
Yes.
And they've never done it in 10 years.
Yes.
According to that, I'll mention your role in the World Liberty. And first of all, you are an advisor now for them. And at the same time, you are an investor,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What are we waiting from this role?
Yes. So first of all, I think myself will be super beneficial to the World Liberty Financial because World Liberty Financial is aiming to bridge the traditional finance with the DeFi and the blockchain industry. But my expertise basically is on decentralized finance, building a blockchain security. So that's why I think we can help a lot Liberty Financial to grow on traditional finance into the decentralized world. So yeah.
Only in the US, we are talking only.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
Okay.
yes, for sure. I think that's also the value of World Liberty Financial Inc., right? But of course, as the name, I think World Liberty Financial, of course, is not limited to United States. I think they, in the name of the projects, right? We know they want to expand to the world everywhere. They want to make U.S. as a hub of global DeFi development, which I think I totally agree with this vision, and I think we will continue to grow this product to a global basis.
Do you think also that making the US again a global hub or the new hub for the cryptocurrency market will make like a lot of companies who left to go back there, to leave all the countries and go back there?
Yes. First of all, I think the last administration, law enforcement action or this kind of the signals, right, only drive lots of cryptocurrency project away from United States. I definitely believe, World Liberty Financial and President Trump set a very good example, not only attract crypto business back to US, but I think his new policies will drive lots of business back to United States. I can give you an example. For example, even Apple, a company, right, popular in United States, actually put most of their funds outside of U.S., actually in Ireland. I think it's because of the regulatory hurdles here. But I think after President Trump, resume in the office, even lots of the major public listed U.S. companies were considering like move their funds or move their employees back to United States because I think this is a big opportunities, right? So that's also one of the philosophies I think President Trump doing is better than the last administration. Is he treated entrepreneurs with respect and understanding.
At the end, he is the businessman. He knows how to deal with them.
Exactly, right? Rather than go after like every entrepreneurs, asking for money. He is offering opportunities for them, right? So that's I think for every country, if you want to success, that's like the way you can make your country like really grow.
And on the other hand, China is still very conservative about the crypto regulations.
Yeah.
And at some extent, it's like doing very tough regulations on the cryptocurrency market. Yeah. What's the reason behind that, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think China right now is also, we love competition, right? I think if we have two biggest countries in the world, China and the United States, compete for the crypto hub, that will be the best for the entrepreneurs in the industry. And also at the same time, actually, I believe it's good for the world as well, right? So we need two biggest superpowers in the world, compete for the business, compete for Bitcoin to become the hub of Bitcoin, compete to buying Bitcoin in low price, I think it's great for everybody in the industry. For example, recently Microsoft, just declined to buy Bitcoin as their result.
You made a tweet about that.
Yeah, exactly.
You weren't happy.
Reserve. And I said, like, if you don't buy Bitcoin, in 100K US dollars, you will buy it in
for $1 million.
Exactly, $1 million. So that's why I think every company is seeing the opportunity, right? If Microsoft will be the last one who buy it, you're gonna buy it with the highest price, actually, right? So that's why I think this is the country competition is also here, right? I think for all the head of states in the world, you need to make sure your country is the first. If you are not the first, you will be the last, right? Because at the end of the day, like everybody gonna join a blockchain industry, gonna join crypto. You definitely don't want to be the last here, right? So that's like my stand on the policy making of cryptocurrency.
Everyone is happy now.
Yeah.
We have seen the 100K mark and we're doing a lot of celebrations.
Yes.
What's after that? After the 100K, what's after
Yes. I think it's so lots of people seeing this might be a hype, might be an end of the story. Some of the people might sell the Bitcoin and say, oh, I achieved like financial freedom, I'm gonna retire. But for me, and I think for a lot of builders in the industry, I think this is the beginning of the new era, actually, because US has unleashed so much potential, and all the regulators in the world will start to embrace cryptocurrency. I think this is the first time actually we have chance to go to the mass adoption, because lots of hurdle we had before has disappeared. For example, today I think one of the biggest hurdle for cryptocurrency to get mass adoption is not because of our technology, it's because of the regulatory hurdles and a lot of the traditional financial banking discrimination. For example, like Tron today, we are handling over $30 billion transaction every day. And for the past 8 years, there are no even a single glitch, right? It's settled instantly every day. People can get their money. It's actually way better than SWIFT, way better than the traditional finance is doing. But one of the reasons for today's hurdle is bankings. They are still very conservative for cryptocurrency. If you receive $1 single from cryptocurrency, they will say, right, from Bitcoin, they will say, oh, they make a big deal of it. But actually, the money is clean. The same AML, the same KYC process is adopted on the blockchain with the traditional finance. And that's also something I always try to convince them is actually blockchain is more transparent than traditional finance. Because, on blockchain, if, for example, a sanctioned dollars is transferred to a bank, which is traceable, until who is sending it, who belongs to it, and we can take action against it. So that's why I think blockchain is a perfect solution. But before that, people is just too conservative about it and refuse to use it, right? Imagine in the future, U.S. government prove, Tron blockchain, and all the U.S. banks plugs into Tron blockchain, and their users can send in money instantly without waiting for 1 second. And they can send their money all away around the world and with $0, a cost. Wow, I think it will unleash the whole process, right? It will unleash the whole potential of blockchain, which I think benefits everyone in the world, right? I think the last administration tried to painting the crypto is always money laundering technology. Once the banks adopt those technology, ISIS will succeed. Something that's they're trying to make this picture, which is completely wrong, right? Which we know today is all the small business and the everyday business and even the big banks in U.S. in all jurisdiction will flourish. And actually, every business will get benefits instead of hurt by adopting blockchain technology. So that's why I think the next 10 years will be fascinating. And I definitely believe we will see everybody's life will change positively, whether or not they are using cryptocurrency, right? Because all the institutions will embrace it.
In a recent interview, you mentioned that you will not sell your Bitcoin
Yes.
on 100K.
Yes.
On which price you will sell your Bitcoin?
I think my position on Bitcoin is not depends on price at all. So I know lots of my friends, because I have been in the Bitcoin industry since 2012. At that time, Bitcoin is...
You bought it for 3 cents, I think?
Yes, 30 cents, even 30 cents, 10 cents, At that time, people is just mining Bitcoin for fun, using their personal computer. And you can buy 1,000 Bitcoin, $500. You know, if you give them like $200, they probably take it too, because you know they just want to make back the electronic fees they pay for Bitcoin. But for me, I think is the whole idea is if I can find a new place more excited than Bitcoin, I probably leave, right? I will sell my Bitcoin and go to those industry. But as long as I don't find any industry is more excited about Bitcoin, no matter what's the price, right? I won't sell at all.
At that extent, you are a believer. You don't have concerns that the price will drop again.
No,
we've already seen that.
Not at all. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I can hold, you know, start from 10 cents to $100K, right? For most of the people, if you are considering financial returns, that will be insane. Because some of my friends bought Bitcoin at 10 cents at that time, you know, told me, you know, a week after buying Bitcoin, they told me, I have sold it all, you know, at 30 cents. You know what? I have made 300% return on Bitcoin, you know, and I have never made this much of the money in my whole life, you know, and I sell it like completely, you know, because, you know, I made so much money, right? So that's, I think, is a different angle, right? For me, I will never leave the industry because I can never find an industry as exciting as Bitcoin, right? So that's why I think some days, I don't know, if I find out like going to the Mars, you know, has more potential and more excited, I may sell my Bitcoin to buying a space aircraft to go to Mars, right? But before that, you know, I think I will stick to the Bitcoin, no matter the price. Even tomorrow, you know, the Bitcoin price goes to $1 million. I will ask myself, you know, do I still want to stay in the industry? Do I find more a better industry than Bitcoin? You know, if the answer is no, I think $1 million, I will stay here too.
Last two questions.
Yeah.
First one is about, excuse me to say that, I'll ask you about Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano.
Yes.
In two times,
yes.
The first when you posted about Liberland,
Yes.
and the second time when you reassure user regarding the 12,000 Bitcoin,
Yes.
12,000 Bitcoin backing the USDD. Is there like any problem, like personal problem between you and Charles Hoskinson?
Not at all. Actually, I met Charles in several, you know, occasions, including Satoshi Roundtable and also all different industry meetings, you know. My impression about Charles is he is like a cowboy, you know, when he's wearing. It's actually, you know, quite different from, you know, all the crypto founders because most of them wear like business suit, you know, and or just like a Silicon Valley style, you know. But Charles is look like a cowboy, right? Which is I think very unique. Actually, I pick up his image, you know, first time when I met him. But for the things we are doing right now, I think most of the initiative is very new. I think that's why, you know, when the new things comes out, people might don't really like understand it. I totally feel the sympathy of it. I think most of our project will be easier for people to understand or making comments after probably 3 years we have developed it. Rather than, you know, like the first day, you know, when it's born, because the idea might be like too crazy, you know, to understand, and it might draw a lot of controversy. For example, like the banana is also the same thing, right? Last time I told journalists, probably let's look back the banana's price after 3 years, you know. Probably we will have new understanding of this art, you know, because right now at the beginning, people will say like, wow, $3 million for banana is insane, right? But I think let's see, like in the next 3 years, like what happened to it.
Mr. Son, it was really a pleasure meeting you today.
Yes.
There's a lot also to talk about. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.